Hello, Transurfer, and welcome to TransurfingTV. My name is Renee Garcia, and today I am going to be a little bit repetitive. I'm sure a lot of you have seen this, my alternatives flow diagram, but this is my video on how to move the F on, because let's face it, we all have something every single day in our lives that we could move on from. Maybe it's just an emotion that's no longer serving us. Maybe it's a habit, maybe it's a person, maybe it's something super small, just a thought or something that you've gotten yourself into that maybe isn't benefiting you any longer. It could be something big, it could be your profession, it could be a marriage, it could be, cutting out a family member, it could be something really, really massive. But no matter how big or how small, this concept absolutely will help you to understand when you are holding on to something that you need to let go of, or that would benefit you to let go of, rather. Before I start, remember to like this video and comment below. My world is taking care of me, to enter my daily giveaway for my reprogramming stickers and the teachable course Reality 2.0, link below. Check it out, y'all. So for those of you that have seen this before, this is my visual representation of the alternatives flow in my mind as I see it. So whenever I am feeling like stuff isn't going right, or maybe I'm depleted energetically, maybe I've been using too much inner intention. Remember, inner intention is our will, our ego, us striving, us pushing, us trying to create results in our external environment via our energetic force. Okay, so when you work with inner intention, or you have a lot of importance, you essentially adhere to something in your reality that keeps you from the state of flow. It keeps you from floating down the river or the body of water that is the alternative space. That is reality transurfing, right? So in the past, and I'll admit I even do it sometimes right now, the cool thing is if I find myself doing it now, I don't do it for very long before I acknowledge to myself, oh, you're holding on to a rock. So this is the diagram. There's the river and there are rocks, and the rocks signify things that we place importance on. Relationship stuff, professional stuff, anything that has to do with your life, family members, your trajectory, whatever, just anything that makes up your current reality as you know it. So stand back and take a look. What is your reality? What does it consist of? Well, I have things I do for money. I have my romantic relationship. I have my beautiful house that I have to maintain. I have all these different things, right? And if I feel like energetically I'm suffering, maybe I'm putting out too much and not seeing adequate returns on something, maybe there's some imbalance going on, maybe I'm arguing with someone, maybe I'm not doing well at work, or whatever it is I do for money. Whatever your life consists of, stand back, take a look, and acknowledge, or at least try to see with lucidity and clarity, where that imbalance, where that exaggerated importance is, where your energy level is getting depleted, right? And try to pinpoint where you are clutching on to the rock with your life, holding on. So what does the rock signify exactly? It signifies importance. This is you not wanting to let go of something. Maybe you've been trying to become a certain profession for a while and it's just not working, right? Do you have a lot of importance that's keeping you holding on to that rock, and you're sort of frozen in your ability to let go? It could be non-acceptance, not wanting to accept that that thing is not for you. Fear of failure. Well, I've put so much into it already, I can't let go now, right? And narrowed vision. This is the only thing that I want. This is the only thing that's good for me. So the really bitchin' thing about reality transurfing is that it opens up our eyes to see that there are an infinite number of possibilities and lifelines available to us in the alternative space, right? So if you are narrowed vision focused on one variation, this is going to hinder your ability to see other variations and options available to you, some which are most likely a lot easier for you to be successful with, right? So if you didn't watch my video on how importance wrecks your life exactly, I would definitely check that one out. Holding on to a rock, holding on to something via importance levels, non-acceptance of that thing's not for you, fear of failure, narrowed vision, it will completely destroy your chance at true happiness and your life. It can destroy relationships, it can destroy all kinds of stuff. So from my perspective, a lot of the times when people come to me with their problems, I almost always, I know this is crazy, it's such a blanket statement, but it's so true. I sense the person's doing this. This is the root of all of our problems. If you can learn to let go and you can learn to flow, the walls of those issues, that maze you have created for yourself, just dissolves and things become easier, but more importantly or more valuably, you connect with more of what is intended for you. So what does that look like exactly? Well, that looks like you flowing, baby, right? This is you letting your world present to you a number of those infinite variations of reality that do in fact exist, and then you have the ability to move on one. You have the ability to move on one because you're not clutching onto the rock, right? Your narrowed vision isn't only seeing that option, you are able to see other options. You're willing to try new things out, right? Everything is kind of like the world's my oyster, right? You can really, really capture something better for you that's intended for you when you are in this flow state. It's you opening up to the alternative space. Again, the best way to connect with a higher version of reality for yourself is to accept and acknowledge that a higher version of reality does in fact exist, but you are not going to connect with it if you are doing this. If you are doing this, you are not able to do this, and you are not able to connect with a higher variation of reality. So another point, you're making moves. When you're in this state, your energy is depleted. Holding on to something via importance levels, a place of non-acceptance, fear of failure, narrowed vision, this is all energetically depleting, and you do not have the ability to make moves in your life as you see fit, because you're depleted and you don't even see them anyway, so it doesn't even really matter. And then, of course, this is letting go. This is you calling it out with awareness and lucidity. Hey, this thing is no longer working for me. Either I can rework it, I can find a new way of working it, or I can let go of the rock entirely, all together, let myself flow and see some of these other rocks that are down the stream waiting for me. So this is the cool thing. When you're doing this, you're just focused on that one rock. But down the stream, there are lots and lots and lots, infinite numbers of rocks in the stream, and they are all opportunities and new lifelines and things you can do for money and romantic partners and all sorts of cool stuff. But to reach some of these places, you have to be ready, willing, and able to let go. So what do I suggest if you are ready to let go and you want some actionable steps? First of all, you have to call it out. Are you holding on to a rock? Acknowledge what that rock is, call it out, and really look at it with clarity and lucidity. Secondly, if you don't know what steps to make to get into the flow, take my 30 Anomalous Action Challenge. This really opens you up to the alternative space and the alternatives flow big time. People have seen wild success with this. So that's it, everybody. Let me know your thoughts, and the video is available, 30 Anomalous Action Challenge, in the in Transurfing TV. Just search it and you will see it, and I'll pin it below as well. So if you'd like to see it, just go down below to the comments and check it out. Remember, my world is taking care of me. Everything is going according to plan, and things are working out beautifully and will continue to do so with ease. Thanks, guys. Bye.